make some noise! Yes! We got Mr. Tongue Twister Helen from Surrey, make some noise! And we got Glasgow's Queen D, Shadow People, make some noise!
Let me start by saying thanks for having me, Glasgow. Gas, bro, respect. But I have to say, I was proper confused when I first read that message you sent. Because you said the travel's free for natural me and MIDI intellect to get to the event, but when you said, we will give you weed, this is not what I thought you meant. Oh, I get it. Your name's Weed, capital D. To me, that seems shit. But I bet when you came up with that name, you were like, yeah, that seems sick. But when a Scottish man calls himself Wee D, do you know what we think? It's because you're a tiny little man with a wee dick. But having a small penis isn't hereditary. You're telling some fibs. When your dad saw your cock, he thought, you're never my kid. Your knob is definitely thin, yours could never be thick, so we can actually see in your family tree you got the short end of the stick. You have no personality, charisma, or stage presence. Plus, you have the face of a strange peasant who needs to see a dentist. And talking about computer consoles or making a game reference is the only time you hear a girl say we and fit in the same sentence. And I made it young, but I've been rocking it for ages. For years I've had bars that I've been dropping on the stages. I'm from that freestyle era before it was all dotted on the pages. Spontaneous, before it was just dropping common phrases. You see here, you're top tier, but only in Scotland are you famous. You thought I wasn't worthy and I clocked it in your faces. But after you lose to me, I'll be stopping all the haters and you'll have to re-enter the league and start at the bottom, like Rangers.
Yo! BADMOUTH! What's happening? I'm about to leave this cunt in a bag fucking zipped up. You're slagging my name. You're called Mr. Tongue Twister. The aim is not to lick the bud, it's to get your fucking dick sucked. Your fucking rim job. I get heavy slagging floor for days. You look like an older aged Rowan Faith if he was struck down and floored by AIDS. See, you're never gonna. See, he's never gonna hold his weight because your rhyming is shit and your nose, well, blimey, it's big. You could put your tongue inside of a bitch and simultaneously snort a line for your tits. Smell the cock of 50 men if they were at the room at different ends and wash until their fingers bend. You only think you're hip-hop because that nose picks up like 50 cents. Shut the fuck up, I've only got a minute. Your bud's too big to fit in tents. That's why this man wanks rapid and walks about with the fucking hand cramp static of a Pac-Man addict. See, I'm a bad man, faggot. I'll run up in your bird's house and turn the bad mouth to a worse mouth when I fucking take the tongue out. See, I don't give a fuck now. You look like you're new to the stage. That face looks like you were tongue twisting your bird as you followed through in your day. Stop fucking bet he took tongues with his sister, sucking dactyl it inflamed your cheeks. But he was the favourite one, to say the least, because your tongue could make him spray for weeks. And that's why he calls you Mr. Tongue Twister. He calls your sister Mrs. Razor Teeth.
Yo, I know my nose is big, but I haven't ever pretended like that's never the case. But you can't say shit when your nose is dented and bent out of shape and your nostrils take up 70% of your face. You need to stop shouting. Otherwise, with those tiny testicles, your testosterone will make your head explode. Imagine him in a bar. He'd be like, "Hey, babe, you fucking sexy hoe!" No, it's not just when he's drunk. I bet even when he's very stoned, he gets in home and he's like, "Ma, I'm back! I thought I'd fucking let you know!" I bet he does it everywhere. Yo, I bet he does it everywhere he goes, and you know what they say when in Rome? So, he went into a library and said, "Excuse me, where can I find books on today dealing with Tourette syndrome?" Yo, I know he's not smackhead, but he's a crackhead, yeah? He obviously is. And I know innuendo said a similar line, but it wasn't harder than this. If he's a crackhead, this battle is like one of Scotland's most popular drinks, because you've got a scotch on the rocks with a twist. I heard they were trying to cast members for Train Spotted 2, and they spotted you. Yo, the other day he was like, "I like charades, and I think we should play." And what did he really say? "Yeah, it seems okay." So we're 5 minutes into this easy game until I look up and he's like, "2 syllables?"
Nah, I can't find a decent vein. Yes, make some noise.
Yo! I go off the top of the dome, because I don't need a 16 anyway. But some cunt needs to tell you, sideburns were out of fashion in the 16th century. See, I might be villainous to some, but there's no defence of what I'm drilling to this cunt. Mate, they only call you Twister because you've had 16 colours on your tongue. See, that's why he's gurgling and cum. I think you've went over your head. Your bird's fanny's so dead, broken and red. Every time that sket opens her legs, I have to have sex holding my breath. I'm about to leave Chris choking to death, because I know Chris Taylor so well. The Chris Taylor's favourite drink chaser is a dick-flavoured Rebel. I'll leave Chris Taylor with a switchblade in his rib cage and he fell into a grave that I made, but Chris Taylor himself. And your butt's too big to fit in Wales. News about the only time you're giving a bath. That fat bitch looks like Nicki Minaj. Your 50 cigars were lit in her arse. Against Enigma, you were ripping him hard. So you had to go and speak about Dick and his son. I don't know what the laws down in England are, son, but up here, that's how you get in prison, you cunt! See, for every blood that you've pumped, which I'm aware is virtually none, due to your whole infected solar plexus riddled with cum, Billy's down the clinic every weekend, begging for a transfusion. It's rough. And that's about the only time I want to hear an Englishman ask me if you're getting me blood.
some fucking weirdest shit. I'll get in your blood when I fuck your bird on a period. Yo, I had the misfortune of watching some of Weedy's battles, and I thought, I really don't want to hear his music, but fuck it, I need some ammo. He's in a crew called Shadow People, and it's him and 4 other geeky saddles, and I now know how you got that name, because you're a midget who's used to living in other people's shadows. They say that smoking skunks you roll. Well, you must have been smoking skunky blunts as rolled since you were a fucking 1-year-old. Trust me, yo, if you are one of the peeps who love bun in the reef like it's something you need and you ain't got a grinder, I bet you just shove bun in your teeth to crush up your teeth. And in Glasgow, I know it's hard, yo. Growing up, I know you've had mad times. But don't get gangster, because you know it's just mad lies. Start owning up. That's right, the only thing gangster about you when you're showing up that size is your teeth, because they're crooked and look like they're throwing up gang signs. You ain't gangster, you don't hold guns, you don't got gats, you don't pull triggers. Where's your Glock at? What's that? Playing sport with a testicle support is the only time you'll see this jock strap, and you definitely don't want to see him clock that. He said something about you only having one dimension, and in another battle you got battered. And I heard this one guy mention how you could be in that boy band, but I feel some slight tension because I don't think this boy can, because his teeth won't agree on one direction. See, I could use jokes or bars, but I'm more impartial. I'd rather use toilet humour bars. For example, I could give him shit and call him arsehole Chris Taylor, the piss taker. I came to take out wheat like a urine sample.
Yo, you know I bring that freestyle plus a pen hard raps. Mate, I only look small to you because that nose means I need to stand 10 yards back. Don't bring that fucking fire, mate. You need to just retire, mate. Your man has got a 42-inch tire waist and a fanny like a ripped out fucking fireplace. And pies and cake, beef stock and pork feet. I bet every time you climb the top of that bitch, your fucking ears pop and your nose bleeds. But she's been around your whole street. Mate, you don't want to battle back, because you're an old cunt. You're the same age as Chad the lad, father's dad. I slap this fag and put a knife in his cerebellum rapid till I make a minor leak upon his bonnet like it's Kevin Webster's garage. You're nothing but a faggot, and I best tell you that it's not fly. The 2 out of your 3 rounds, you referenced my cock size. So you know, you're just really queer. I actually think that I am a hot guy. But it's funny you brag about rhyming cockney when every fucking question you're asked you answer saying cock. Your bitch looks like fucking Popeye. And there's nothing harder to respect when your sex life is average at the best, because the breathing from your nostrils makes it hard to get erect. I'm not an emo fag, but yes, you think I was the way I'm owning this, because that Matthew tucked the knife between his bony ribs, then sent a bullet to your Valentine like I was Oscar Pistorius. Around, you best believe I'm spitting on it. I get put my dick out, tell your bitch to fucking get upon it. She says that I can videotape the sex if I give her just a swig of tonic. So then I'm pulling out my mobile like a motherfucking kid robotic.
friends at Catch Click MCs up here at Badmouth Battles. Just watched Wee D versus my man, what's the guy's name? Tongue Twister. Tongue Twister. There was that many references. Like, I'm battling in a second, so I'm like, I'll keep it sweet. Wee D, fucking best I've ever seen him. He fucking bodied it, man. Tongue Twister was really good as well. I've seen him before on Dope Flop, but you know, it was quite par at one point. But Wee D's fucking punchlines, man, he is fucking dope for, you know, he makes up for in punchlines for maybe what he lacks in delivery. But good cunt, fucking really good battler, man, and he won that battle. Big up to Tongue Twister. Peace.
Being MCs, Badmouth Battles, Southside Deluxe, all that shit. That battle was fucking insane, man. Wee D and Tongue Twister. Wee D was on some next level shit. That is the best I've ever seen him come. And you know what? I properly rate Tongue Twister, man. Watched all his battles and shit. Really dope. He fucking slaughtered it. The crowd loved him. That was fucking ridiculous. But Wee D he was on some next shit tonight, man. Peace.